welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you haven't seen my face before, I am Brie and this is Life as Brie. If you're new, welcome. So today I'm going to do a story time. I haven't done a story time before. This is new to me. I'm not good at telling stories, but it was a requested video. A lot of people was requesting a love story from me. This is not really a love story, so yeah, I'm just gonna do like a story of how me and my boyfriend met and all of that. Alright, so before I start the story, I wanna go back, like way back, like when I used to go high school. So you can kinda like understand where I headed with this, right? So back in high school, I had this crush on this guy, right? I'm not gonna call any names. I had this crush on him, and my friends was like, Kill, you know, if you don't tell him that you like him, he wouldn't like you back, right? So I was like, that's not my style. I'm not gonna tell nobody I like them, and you know. So then I end up going because I was like, you see me, if I waited for he to like me, it was gonna be a very long while. So let me just tell him. So I told him, and he did not feel the same. He was like, I don't like you. Okay. I was embarrassed. My self-esteem had dropped. I had no more confidence. I was just like, I really can't deal with the embarrassment. So, one second, I'm gonna just kind of like dim the light. It's a little too bright for my eyes. Right. So, after that, I went on to doing my own thing. I finished school. I went on living my life. Da, 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 da. So I was home at a point in time and I had no job. And my mom was like, I'm gonna get a job for you and whatever the case is. So I was like, I was not too excited to go there and work. I'm going to call the name of the establishment. But I was not too excited to go there. Alright. I was like, why mommy want to give me a work? You know, that kind of way. But then I had responsibilities, so I needed to like take care of that. So I went, and like my first or my second day into working, my mom came to pick me up after work, and my sister and her, they came in, and they were in the car. And when I jumped in the car that evening, my sister was like, "Ooh, who is this little Rasta boy? He cute." So my mother was like, take care, you know, take care. I was like, she was like, don't bring he home, you know, cause he looking like like he too full of himself. So I was like, nah, that's not my type. Cause at the point in time, I wouldn't lie, he wouldn't be the ones that I would go to. Because after my last heartbreak in secondary school, so I was like, nah, that's not my type. I wouldn't go there. So like a week into working there, I was leaving work, and on my way out, I can't remember what I was doing, but I think I just stopped for a little bit, and I was in my phone. No, that's not even how it went down though. I think he was on his phone. I think he was standing on the side on his phone, and I was now like walking out. And as I was about to like approach him, he was like, if is you are waiting on to go home or something like that, somewhere along them lines. And I was like, okay, all right, because to me personally, I didn't acknowledge him. I didn't even know that he was working there. So, well, tie myself up. I knew that he was working there, but I did not acknowledge him because, as I say, he's not really the type that I would go to. So it's just like, okay, he come, he goes, whatever. So when he said that, I was like, well, okay. And then he came and he was walking with me. We traveled together, and on my way home, he asked for my number. I gave it to him. And when I reached home, I messaged my sister. I was like, hey, you know the boy who you say cute? He talked to me and he asked me for my number and what he says. And she was like, you like him and stuff? I was like, normal. I was like, I don't know him, so I can't really say if I like him. So like a couple of days after that, he messaged me. We was talking. We was kind of like getting familiar and all that. And a couple of days after, he was like, he want to go out for a drive or something. So I ended up going with him, and it was a cool little drive. We hung out. We went to Maracas Beach. It was late in the night. We sat on the little beach chairs by the beach, and we was talking. And being me, clumsy me, I lost my keys. I lost my house keys on the beach in the night. So we had to walk on the beach. He was trying to help me find my keys, and but in all of that, I was just kind of like noticing how much of a caring person he is, though, because somebody else who didn't care, they wanted to go, they would have left my ass looking for my keys on the beach. But he helped, and unfortunately, I didn't find it. He did, and then we left, and that was the end of that night. And then, like, I think it was the next night, he asked me if I wanted to go for another drive. We went. I can't remember where we went, but it was like a cool little drive. We were getting to know each other and whatnot. And like a couple of weeks later, we started talking, and we were getting like real familiar. He started coming to check me by my mom. I was living in a whole other area, so he started coming down there to check me and whatever the case is. And yeah, so from there we moved on to, okay, he invited me to Harry's water park with his friends, and it was fun, it was cool. I was always like shy, and I didn't really know what to do around him and stuff. And I don't know, as I say, he wasn't really the type that I would go for. So I don't know, I just was like contemplating in my mind whether to like open up or to hold back, because I know how these red fellas do, and I'm not trying to get my heart broken. So I was like, he cool and whatever. And after the little lime and Harry's, it was, it was cool and thing. And then we talk, and one night we met up again, and we was talking, and he asked me to be his girlfriend and whatever the case is, and I was like, okay, and whatnot. And I'm gonna make it sound like it's a fairy tale, because it is not a fairy tale. We had a lot of bumps in the road before we reach where we are right now, and right now it's better than before, because we had a lot of hiccups. But yeah, that is basically how we met. It wasn't nothing too big and fancy, but a lot of people was always wondering like how we met, and they want to know a little insights of your relationship and whatever the case is. But he was always a very loving, caring person from the beginning. Nothing never changed. He's still that way up till now. He's just a little more extra when he's ready. But yeah, that's just how he was. I used to be like shy, and I never used to want to say certain things and do certain things, and now it's just like, okay, whatever, So yeah. But we had like a little sweet love moment in the beginning, in the early beginning, when we now met with yeah. And as time go on, I learned to like not stereotype people, because of one little heartbreak with that boy in secondary school, I thought like all red man was the same thing. And it's not just because of that, but in Trinidad, a lot of fellas, they tend to make red girls feel, light-skinned girls feel that they are better than us melanated princesses, okay? And I've always dealt with that my whole life, because I am darker than the rest. People tends to go to the lighter girls, and the dark girls, we get nothing. So yeah, so by me thinking like that, it was just me safeguarding myself. But thank God I gave him a chance, because now that he love of my life, and I wouldn't leave him for the world. That's on period. So yeah, I hope that you all enjoyed this video and the story. It wasn't a big long story, but it was fair to find. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and look forward to the videos, because we are doing Vlogmas, and yeah, there's a lot more to come. So yeah, bye.